Dark Star here. Just gonna do some career grinding today. And maybe somebody will come by and chat. I'm up to almost 500 million now. So we're halfway to our goal. Hoping to get some good grinding in this holiday weekend and see if we can make it. All right. So I don't know where my plane is right now. I think I ended up over here because I did a test flight. Or probably over here somewhere. Louisville. That's the one we did. Hmm. 13 million to Anchorage. I wish I could find a good flight there and back. Let's just take this one. Haven't been there before, EGSS. Oof. That used to be smooth. I don't know why. Got so rough. I have a new magic button mapping. So there's my magic button mapping. So it's one button. These are the icon I put next to it happen on press, and the ones that don't have the icon happen on release. So basically it gets the APU started, it gets the IRS nav lights on, makes sure the battery's on and the cover is closed and external power is turned on, and the emergency exit lights cover is closed, so that comes on automatically. Then on release, it kind of switches APU bleed on and the APU generators and gets the lights on and everything else. So I'm going to try it on this flight. You don't really need it that much, to be honest, because you don't really turn that much on. You don't have to turn everything on. You certainly don't have to get the APU on. You can go all batteries. Especially, I mean, we're not manually starting the engines, so really don't need that on. I need to figure out how to build my own little USB buttons. What I really want are some high quality inner and outer dials. But I don't know what that would take to do.
Good morning, Captain. First time working together.
So
I'm W, your first officer.
That's rocker switch up. So these are automatically in nav. Oh, I didn't get the yaw damper in there, but it turns on automatically when you skip. It would have activated this. You don't really see it. Close that. These are on.
Captain, Aaron from the flight crew here. Prepped for boarding, Captain. Awaiting your orders.
Okay. Fortunately, we still have to do this, although I'm looking...
Louisville ground. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 829er. Could you please get the passengers on board?
Connected.
X's and O's might be able to do it. Click.
Louisville ground. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 829er. Could you please send the baggage?
Boarding complete,
Summit
Captain.
Delta Sierra Tango 829er. Baggage is on the way.
Louisville ground. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 829er. Could you please send the catering truck?
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 829er. The catering truck is on the road.
Okay. Past. So one thing my switch does is automatically start the clock, and at 1.5 minutes, you can turn it off, and everything else comes on. So APU generators come on, APU bleed comes on, your lights are all set. I was thinking about, oh, yaw dampener is in there. Okay, so that gets set on release. I thought that was kind of cool. Little fun exercise.
Louisville ground. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 829er ready to copy IFR clearance to Stansted.
I might put it out on my Google
Summit
Drive
Delta
and
Sierra
make it
Tango
available.
829er is cleared to Stansted Airport by the EVA-1 departure. Shipper transition. Expect runway 35 left. Maintain 7,000 feet. Departure frequency is 123.675. Squawk 0534.
Cleared to Stansted via the EVA-1 departure. Shipper transition. Runway 35 left. Maintain 7,000 feet. Departure frequency is 123.675. Squawk 0534. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 829er.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 829er.
Luggage loading
Readback
complete.
is correct. Contact ground on 121.7 when ready to taxi. Good day.
Okay, waiting on catering.
Currently at 50% fuel capacity, Captain.
Oh, the lag. Not sure I understand this. Do we not have a departure airport? It should be 35, so... Would be kind of funny is to have one button you push and it times everything, automatically sets up the computer and everything. I mean, I just enter the same thing into the deck each time. Come on. Catering. campaign's gonna be done soon. I wish we could hear that a little better.
Louisville ground. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 829er. Requesting pushback.
Pushback request accepted.
Hey, Captain. Tow bar okay?
Okay. Let's go to the toga bar.
You are cleared to start engines.
Gotta love the purple transparency planes. So normally I stop this early. I'm gonna let it complete.
Pushback is complete.
Let's also get clearances.
Louisville ground. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 829er with Yankee. Ready to taxi. IFR.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 829er. Taxi to and hold short of runway 35, left via taxiway Golf Foxtrot cross runway 11 Foxtrot Alpha Charlie. Contact tower on 124.2 when ready.
Taxi to and hold short runway 35, left using taxiway Golf Foxtrot cross runway 11 Foxtrot Alpha Charlie. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 829er. Louisville Tower. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 829er ready for departure. Runway 35 left. IFR to Stansted.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 829er, altimeter tree 005. Cleared for takeoff runway tree 5 left.
Cleared for takeoff runway tree 5 left. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 829er. Ladies and gents, please fasten your seatbelts and secure all baggage underneath your seat or in the overhead compartments. Place your seats and table trays in the upright position. Turn off all personal electronic devices, including laptops and cell phones, and prepare for takeoff.
Compromise here. Why is my takeoff button not working? I don't understand why it does that.
V1, rotate.
Gear up.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 829er, contact Louisville departure on 123.675. Good day.
123.675. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 829er. Louisville departure. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 829er is passing 2,500 feet, climbing 7,000 feet.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 829er, Louisville departure, altimeter tree 005, radar contact, continue to RRROE. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 829er, keep speed not above 250 knots.
Good on that one.
Keep speed not above 250 knots. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 829er.
Nice thing about level change mode is it holds your speed. It also has us climbing out at like almost 20 degrees. Let's look that up. Okay, yeah. Guess that's not unheard of.
Good morning, ladies and gents. This is your captain speaking. Today, I'm assisted by co-pilot W. Warren. Welcome aboard flight DST-829, inbound to Stansted, Mount Fitchett. We are currently cruising at an altitude of 6,700 feet and at an airspeed of 250 knots. It's 10:23 a.m. We anticipate a comfortable flight in spite of some mild turbulence. On behalf of all crew members, we thank you for flying with us today. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the flight.
I don't know why sometimes when I take off it messes up. Maybe I didn't get auto throttle on or something. I'll have to watch more carefully next time. Maybe I missed the button. Gonna get 100% at that rate. I probably should have skipped the second I noticed it was going too fast. So one of the things I've been doing more recently is deploying 5 degrees of flaps as soon as we come out of skip. Should already be at 2. So it's just 1 notch of flaps. Otherwise it can kind of get down in the shaker range. I think it might deduct from your score. I don't know why it can't just spawn in a reasonable configuration.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 829er, did you hear my last transmission?
No, there was no last.
Continue to BKY 22 following heading Tree 0. Proceed on course, climb, and maintain 7,000 feet. Keep speed not above 220 knots. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 829er.
Uh-oh.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 829er, climb and maintain 8,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 4 approach via BKY 22 transition. Clear to BKY 22.
Okay, I think it just changed our flight plan on us. So if it does that, one thing you might want to do almost didn't acknowledge it.
Climb and maintain 8,000 feet. Expect ILS runway for approach via BKY 22 transition. Cleared to BKY 22. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 829er.
Okay, we sent to avionics, so now
Summit
do
Delta
execute.
Sierra Tango 829er, climb and maintain 7,000 feet.
maintain 7,000 feet. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 829er.
Where is
Summit
Abbott?
Delta Sierra Tango 829er, contact London Center on 118.475. Good day.
118.475 for Summit Delta Sierra Tango 829er. London Center, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 829er is passing 6,600 feet, climbing 7,000 feet.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 829er, London Center, QNH 1028, radar contact, continue to BKY 15.
Now it said descend to something here.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 829er, descend and maintain 6,000 feet.
Why does it have us going
Descend and
around
maintain
here?
6,000 feet. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 829er.
Let's go that way. X043. My guess is we were already past that. Let's try that. And one thing, I hate this configuration. Let me pick my configuration, man. Don't go change it on me. There we go. Okay, now we need to get our, we need to go to approach again. 1105. Okay, 1105. Still the same ILS, but the course is going to be 42. Very terrible. I almost want to just work on like dial physics. So as you change your, mouse drag speed back and forth, it should feel very natural. So one thing I've noticed is that when it changes our runway, it changes in our flight plan automatically. So it's already switched us. Let's make sure 4 is the right one, but clear to BKY, expect runway 4, yeah. Okay, we are at 6,000, my friend.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 829er, descend and maintain 3,000 feet.
Will do.
Descend and maintain 3,000 feet. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 829er.
Get up here, we'll want to start slowing down. We could actually go a little faster right now. We could get our flaps up if we wanted to. I always just go with 3 on the auto brakes. On a longer runway, 1 would be fine. This would probably be fine. Let's try it. I've heard 2 is kind of useless, like either go 1 or 3, but I don't know. I just heard someone say that. Alright, and while we're here, let's go ahead and pick a approach. Let's do 30 degrees flaps for 137 VREF. Double check 42 and 1105, 1105, 1105, 42, 42. We're descending to 3000. Let's make sure we don't crash through it. Everything is on. Let's help out the auto throttle here.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 829er. Keep speed not above 200 knots.
Keep speed not above 200 knots. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 829er.
Go ahead and slow down a little here. And then what I'm going to do is dial in something closer to my desired speed. Pretty bouncy. Let's see if auto throttle, that's armed. I guess we could go with VNAV speeds. Right now it's picked 168 for whatever reason. Just be ready to do speed intervention if you need to. I think the VNAV speed varies with how much flaps you have deployed. So I think that's why it's picked 168 right now. And I think you do want to make sure you have this done before you rely on that, so it knows what your VREF is. I'm liking 168 for this turn though. I don't know how much real pilots rely on the flaps driving the speed, but autopilot's still going kind of crazy. Drag here. So it still picked 168.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 829er. Contact tower on 12.805 when inbound.
Tower on 123.805. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 829er.
Drop to 158 now.
Tower, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 829er, 11 miles southwest, inbound ILS runway 4 approach.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 829er, Tower, QNH 1028, cleared ILS runway 4 approach.
Cleared ILS runway 4 approach. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 829er.
Uh-oh. Can't see what's going on here. But I'm not able to get VOR lock either. 1105. 905, okay. Well, looks like we're gonna have to do a visual.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 829er, wind 279er at 7, cleared to land runway 4.
I think we're high. Just judging by the
Cleared to
blue
land runway
things.
4.
But...
Summit Delta
Oh,
Sierra
there's
Tango 829er.
Nope, still won't activate approach. Okay, we're way fast now. We have flaps deployed, gear coming down. High on the glide slope again. There we go. Now we're a little below the glide slope. Why is my nose coming up so much?
500. 400. 300. 200. 100. Approaching minimums.
And lag.
20.
Just gonna kill us. God.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 829er, contact ground on 121.7 tree.
That is hard to land in.
Going to 121.7 tree. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 829er.
Really hate that ground stutter thing. Hey, how's it going? 737. Oh, you piece of crap.
Dear passengers, we have not reached the gate yet. Please remain seated until the captain turns off the fasten seatbelt sign. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Stansted. Local time is 3:41 p.m. For your safety, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until we come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Please make sure to take all your belongings with you when you get off. Be careful when opening the overhead compartment since some of the bags may have shifted during the flight. On behalf of the entire cabin staff, we would like to thank you for choosing Midwest Air Alliance. We look forward to seeing you again. We wish you a pleasant stay in Stansted, Mount Fitchett.
Oh, I got 100% on procedures. Yay. No idea why, though. I don't know what they've done to this interface, but it is just terrible nowadays. Hope it ends up being better in Sim Update 3. We'll get better missions over here. So there's the one to Charlotte for 16.5. Stutter, 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 stutter. Oops. Well, as long as we're back out here, let's check something. So in Charlotte, what is the actual active runway? Okay, 36C is 1. And that's what it's picked for us. Okay. That pushed us past the 500,000 mark. Yay. So I noticed something interesting on here I hadn't seen before. Well, this one doesn't have it. I guess it's a different livery. There was one that had an E-tops rating on it. This one does not.
Good morning, everyone. Let's make this flight to Charlotte a great experience.
Okay. Whoa. That even puts my armrest up automatically.
Captain, it's Loretta the Pursuer. Ready to board passengers. Waiting on your go-ahead.
Not much, just chilling. Grind and missions.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 488. Could you please get the passengers on board?
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 488. The jetway is going to be connected.
Heathrow ground. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 488. Could you please send the baggage?
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 488. Baggage is on the way.
Course 182.
Boarding finished, Captain.
Heathrow ground. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 488. Could you please send the catering truck?
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 488. The catering truck is on the road.
Heathrow ground. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 488 IFR to Charlotte. Ready to copy.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 488 is cleared to Charlotte Airport. Via the Charlie Papa Tango Tree Foxtrot departure, expect runway 27 right. Maintain 6,000 feet. Departure frequency is 118.475, squawk 0524.
Cleared to Charlotte via the Charlie Papa Tango Tree Foxtrot departure. Runway 27 right. Maintain 6,000 feet. Departure frequency is 118.475, squawk 0524, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 488.
Summit Delta Sierra
Currently at
Tango
50%
488.
fuel capacity,
Read
Captain.
that correct. Contact ground on 121.855. Good day.
So it says here we should only pitch at 2 to 2.5 degrees per second on takeoff to approximately 15 degrees to capture final segment climb out.
Luggage loading now complete.
That was quick. Come on, luggage guy, close the cargo bay.
Heathrow ground, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 488, requesting pushback.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 488, pushback request accepted.
Tow bar in place, Captain.
So we're doing speed runs on career missions to try and make a lot of money.
You are cleared to start engines.
So 6.5 minutes.
Pushback is complete.
Heathrow ground, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 488 with Kilo, ready to taxi, IFR.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 488, taxi to and hold short of runway 27 right via taxiway Delta Bravo Lima 11 Alpha, Alpha Tree Alpha 2 cross runway 27 right Alpha 1. Contact tower on 118.705 when ready.
Taxi to and hold short runway 27 right via taxiway Delta Bravo Lima 11 Alpha Alpha Tree Alpha 2 cross runway 27 right Alpha 1. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 488. Heathrow Tower, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 488, ready for IFR departure, runway 27 right.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 488, QNH 1028. Cleared for takeoff, runway 27 right.
Cleared for takeoff runway 27 right. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 488. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare for takeoff. Please ensure your seat belt is fastened tightly, your seat is in the upright position, and your tray table is securely stored. Thank you.
I don't understand why we're not getting DLS frames right now. I think that's part of what's going on with my stuttering. rudders are fighting with each other. Great. Okay, auto throttle is for shore arms this time.
Rotate.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 488, contact London Center on 118.475. Good day.
Going to 118.475. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 488. London Center, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 488 is at 2,000 feet climbing 6,000 feet.
Weird.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 488, London Center, QNH 1029er, radar contact, continue.
Bye, everybody. Let's do a quick little calculation here. We've got 500 million to go, and let's say we make 11 million per mission. That's 45 more missions. Ugh.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. Today, I'm assisted by co-pilot Betty Robertson. Welcome aboard flight DST-488, inbound to Charlotte. We are currently cruising at an altitude of 5,600 feet and at an airspeed of 200 knots. It's 8:52 a.m. On behalf of all crew members, we thank you for flying with us today. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the flight. Thank you.
See, if we assume we can make 12 million a mission, we're still looking at 42 missions. Let's call it 45.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 488. Did you copy?
No, because there wasn't anything to copy. you're just confused.
Continue to Tom following heading 265. Resume own navigation, climb, and maintain 8,000 feet. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 488.
Okay, we're climbing.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 488. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect ILS runway tree 6 center approach via swell in transition. Clear to S swell in.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect ILS runway tree 6 center approach via SLMN transition. Clear to SLMN. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 488.
I can't tell if we're supposed to be on
Summit
this.
Delta Sierra Tango 488. Contact Charlotte approach on 1 tree 5.6. Good day.
Going to 1 tree 5.6. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 488. Charlotte approach. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 488 is passing 4,800 feet, climbing 8,000 feet.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 488. Charlotte approach. Altimeter 299.5. Radar contact. Continue.
I guess let's climb and see what's happening. .36 Charlie.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are approaching Charlotte/Douglas International. Please fasten your seatbelt and adjust your seat back and tray table to the upright position. Please secure your carry-on baggage in the overhead compartment or under the seat in front of you. All electronic devices must be turned off until the aircraft is parked. Thank you.
Switch back to map and zoom out. Yeah, there's our loop. Let's go ahead and get flaps up. Speed up to 220. Yeah. Oh, that was already on. I find this baffling that when it has the question mark here, it's like it doesn't know the key or something. Get an error loading it. Looks like 34 more hours of missions. I think I miscalculated the other day. Thought it was down to 26. Oh, apparently I didn't get VNav on. Do you think it's okay? I think what I'll do is head out this way a little bit. Actually, let's head over that way a little bit. We'll go ahead and sim right through here. At these speeds, and in the lower altitude, it seems like you can sim rate at least 4x, which doesn't mean 4 times, 4x the time rate. So 2 sim rate taps.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 488. Please expedite your climb 8,000 feet.
We were not, in fact, at 8,000 feet. I forgot to set the altimeter. Okay, and sim rate 2x. Gives us a sim rate indicator by how fast the time is ticking. For anyone who might not know. So it's arm LNAV, double tap, 1, 2, execute. And I never know if I should be descending or not. What was I cleared to? Nope. So it was not cleared on the approach. Right? So if I descend down past 8,000, then they will complain and send me back up to 8,000. If I generally, at this point, if I try to fly down to the runway, it'll wait until the very, very last second. So I have to like slow the sim rate way, way, way down so that I can get the radio comms in. And then it messes up and dings you for runway issues. So we're gonna wait and see what they do. We may have to fly, turn around and come back out here again. But we have LNAV on now. Okay. I bet it's gonna wait until we get almost over the airport and then say, contact tower. We're 17 nautical miles out. 16. I'm looking at this. And one thing we probably need to do that I didn't, I'm going to go back to normal time. Need to go back here into my approach and make sure I have the right digits in. 111. 1117 for this ILS. And course is 2. You can see a runway here, 36 Charlie, 11117. It's 10,000 feet long, 3,000 meters. We can go ahead and pick our flaps and speeds for our approach. Not that we're going to get one. What are we now at? 25 minutes? We should be landing. You know, it occurs to me maybe we should declare a missed approach. We cannot. We can select another approach.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 488. Contact Charlotte Tower on 126.4 when inbound.
Right at the last second.
Tower on 126.4, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 488. Charlotte Tower, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 488, 1 mile south, inbound ILS runway tree 6 center approach.
Clear ILS runway tree 6 center approach.
Cleared ILS runway tree 6 center approach, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 488.
Okay, so go back into our approach, unselect the transition, reselect it, execute it. And then LNAV, nope, go legs. Execute it, LNAV, dang it. Couldn't do that. Wasting all my fuel, man. Okay, I think we're gonna get to land this time. Speed brakes armed. Auto brakes on 3.
We've only got 25% fuel remaining.
Yeah, we're okay. It's got 11,000 pounds. Come on. goodness for sim rate. Hey, how's it going out there? Okay, RMB nav. Click, click, execute. It's got to slow down. Get 1 notch flaps out. I don't understand. We got cleared to the approach, right? Okay. If we get yelled at and we are supposed to fly here again before it'll let us land, I'm just gonna land. I'll kill everyone on board if I have to. Fly right into the control tower. Which probably doesn't do anything in this game. Probably flies right through it. We didn't descend because I don't. Let's put data up so we can see our altitudes on the scope. So 6,000 by here, 5,000 by the next waypoint, so we'll make it. The arc comes in real handy. Slope captured, localizer captured.
Flaps over speed, Captain.
Dang it, what? To memorize those speeds a little better. disabling auto throttle because it sucks. Okay, 4,000 feet by this waypoint, we are there. Pretty much on the glide slope, so we should be good. I wonder if we put, let's see, we're at 146 right now. Well, even if I arm the auto throttle, it won't engage. One of the weird things I'm noticing is that the glide slope here, which is supposed to be safe, is actually putting us below the altitudes for each waypoint by a couple hundred feet. I suppose it's possible I need to. Nope, altimeter's correct.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 488, wind calm, clear to land runway tree 6 center.
Clear to land runway tree 6 center. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 488.
Okay, missed approach is 3,000. Roll out flare armed. We're pretty stable, so I might let it auto land. We'll see. It's always kind of fun to have it auto land. But sometimes it gets very unstable in the last few minutes.
1,000.
We're a little fast as well. I never remember which lights are which. I don't know if those are Bassy or Patty. I think those are Bassy lights.
400.
But they indicate that we're a little low, the 3 reds, but we're right on it. Well, we're showing a little low on the glide slope too.
300. 200.
We're very low. Interesting.
100.
Let's see what it does
Approaching
here.
minimums. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
The lag. Pause. Let it stabilize. Okay, thrust reversers coming on.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 488, exit runway when able.
Brakes off. I feel like this is a trick. Like, yes, come to our hold short point here, so we can fail your mission.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 488, contact ground on 121.9er.
121.9er for Summit Delta Sierra Tango 488. Charlotte ground, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 488, request taxi to parking.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 488, taxi to gate Alpha 1 using taxiway Victor 5.
Taxiing to gate Alpha 1 using taxiway Victor 5, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 488. Ladies and gents, we have not reached the gate yet. Please remain seated until the captain turns off the fasten seatbelt sign. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Charlotte/Douglas International Local Time is 4:22 a.m. For your safety, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until we come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Please make sure to take all your belongings with you when you get off. Be careful when opening the overhead compartment since some of the bags may have shifted during the flight. On behalf of the entire company, we would like to thank you for choosing Fly Britannia. We look forward to seeing you again. We wish you a pleasant stay in Charlotte.
Flaps over speed, unfortunately, I think. I keep forgetting that. What is it? 10? Yeah, 10's supposed to be 210. I was under 210. I don't know what it's talking about. Hey, pretty good. We got S anyway. Would have gotten better if we hadn't had that ding. I don't know what this was about. $5,019,000. That's hitting R to find where you are. G to bring up the filters. Can always kind of look in the area for a good mission. I don't generally find any. You can bring up the dedicated missions list. There's a 14.2 to Paris. Might just take that one. It's not worth moving, I think, for the difference. Something is wrong. It's worse than normal even. Let's just double check the settings. Graphics. No. Render scaling 75%. And then I have like I have some things high, but I've always had them that way. I have a lot of things I don't care about, low or medium or off, like sea traffic, road traffic off. Like no displacement mapping, turn that off. I wonder. I'm going to try turning that down one just to see. Let's turn a couple more things down. These need to be on ultra. I don't think that's going to matter, but I've turned down the size of some of these. We can try going down on these a little bit. We could try turning this on too, I guess. I think it only lowers your settings a little bit. Like I've heard it only lowers the level of detail settings by up to 50% when it needs to. So we'll try it. Could go to DLLS on that. We could lower this a little. Oh shoot. I do have a 16 gigabyte card, so it's not really VRAM. It gives that VRAM error sometimes, but I think it's just bugged. Everybody's saying they get better performance on Sim Update 3, but I can't play Career on Sim Update on the beta. I can test it, but I can't play my Career.
Good afternoon, everyone. So it's Paris today? Love this city.
Let's see if I go DLSS swapper, I'm on 310.3.
Captain, it's Nadia the pursuer. Ready to board passengers. Waiting on your go-ahead.
Charlotte ground, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree. Could you please get the passengers on board?
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree. The jetway is going to be connected.
Charlotte ground, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree. Could you please send the baggage?
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree. Baggage is on the way.
That sounds like it has
Charlotte
an
ground.
analog
Summit
stick
Delta
and
Sierra
it's
Tango
not
261 tree. Could you please send the catering
centered?
truck?
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree. The catering truck is on the road.
Charlotte ground. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree. Ready to copy IFR clearance to De Gaulle.
We've completed boarding, Captain.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree is cleared to De Gaulle Airport via the LILLS tree departure. Expect runway tree 6 center. Maintain 7,000 feet. Departure frequency is 133.15, squawk 0122.
One thing you could do is go into settings and start looking at all the settings that are enabled for it. You can use that filter to show everything that's mapped.
Cleared to De Gaulle via the LILLS tree departure. Runway tree 6 center. Maintain 7,000 feet. Departure frequency is 133.15, squawk 0122. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree. Readback is correct. Contact ground on 121.9er when ready to taxi. Good day.
Fuel gauge reads 50%, Captain.
All luggage on board, Captain.
So does that help?
Charlotte ground. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree. Requesting pushback.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree. Pushback request accepted.
What you want to bet they would push us into the building?
Hey, Captain. Tow bar okay? You are cleared to start engines.
Charlotte ground. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree. Requesting the end of pushback.
Pushback complete, Captain.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree. Request to end pushback received.
Charlotte ground. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree with Sierra. Ready to taxi. IFR.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree. Taxi to and hold short of runway tree 6 center. Contact tower on 126.4 when ready.
Sometimes if you go into the driver properties, you can calibrate any analog sticks.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree.
Kind of make sure that they're centered properly, and then it might not drift. You just have to look at their website. I don't know if they have an app that'll do it for you, or if you'd have to go into like the Windows, driver, properties. If you Google online for calibrate analog stick, Windows, whatever version you have, should come up. Alright.
Charlotte Tower, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 Tree, ready for departure. Runway Tree 6 Center, IFR to de Gaulle.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 Tree, altimeter 29er. Cleared for takeoff runway Tree 6 Center.
Cleared for takeoff runway Tree 6 Center, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 Tree. Ladies and gents, prepare for takeoff. Please ensure your seat belt is fastened tightly, your seat is in the upright position, and your tray table is securely stored. Thank you.
Okay, we're all set. Got auto throttle armed, level change is on, heading select is on, heading is set to runway heading. Let's just make our panels a little more friendly here. We don't need that detail level anymore. V1, rotate. Positive rate, gear up.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 Tree, contact Atlanta Center on 133.15. Good day.
133.15, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 Tree. Atlanta Center, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 Tree is passing 2,500 feet, climbing 7,000 feet.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 Tree, Atlanta Center, altimeter 29er, radar contact, continue. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 Tree, contact Atlanta Center on 125.15. Good day.
125.15, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 Tree. Atlanta Center, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 Tree is passing 4,700 feet, climbing 7,000 feet.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 Tree, Atlanta Center, altimeter 29er, radar contact, continue.
Good afternoon, ladies and gents. This is your captain speaking. Today, I'm assisted by co-pilot Miriam Wright. Welcome aboard flight DST-2613, inbound to Paris. We are currently cruising at an altitude of 6,600 feet and at an airspeed of 200 knots. It's 2:12 p.m. We anticipate a comfortable flight in spite of some mild turbulence. On behalf of all crew members, we thank you for flying with us today. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the flight.
So RNAV for 9L onto runway 09 right. That doesn't sound good. See what runways actually. Maybe 09 left. I don't know what we're gonna get when we get there. It'll probably change on us though.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree. Acknowledge last transmission.
Continue to Buhner following heading Tree 5. Proceed on course. Climb and maintain 9,000 feet. Keep speed not above 250 knots. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree. Climb and maintain 11,000 feet. Expect ice runway 09 or right approach via Lorne transition. Cleared to Lorne.
Climb and maintain 11,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 09er. Right approach via Lorne transition. Cleared to Lorne. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree. Contact Paris Center on 118.05. Good day.
Going to 118.05. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree.
Okay, we got new clearances.
Paris Center, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree is at 6,800 feet, climbing 11,000 feet.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree. Paris Center, QNH 1026. Radar contact. Continue to Buhner.
Expect 09 right. Okay, so let's unselect all this. And go to 09 right. Let's see if we see a Buhner on here. I do not. So maybe you don't need a transition. I don't know what that's supposed to look like. What did they tell us to climb to? 11. Okay, let's switch this back to map. So I think we can just enter.
Passing 10,000 feet.
Buhner. Uh-oh. LNAV. Must be on some approach. We'll go ahead and join these up, even though we don't really want to do that exactly. We'll end up redoing that in a minute. Actually wonder if we should just overfly the airport. I guess let's keep an eye out for what it says. So it was 09 right is what they said, right? Yeah, okay. ILS 9 right. See, that should have Bunor in it. Like, why didn't it? But okay. And then PG 501. Well, it's via LOR 7E, so let's do that. LOR 7E, execute, go to legs. Still on LNAV, yep. Okay, give us one more waypoint and then that says manual, so then you vector out and you re-intercept it. Igor. You'd think they'd have like normalized waypoints on the Star, just so that if it wasn't busy, ATC wouldn't have to vector you so much. Or if ATC was busy, they could pre-vector everyone coming in so they're lined up and could just fly the Star. But with this the way it is, at that point they have to give you vectors.
Summit
like
Delta
every single
Sierra
person.
Tango 261 tree. Contact Paracenter on 125.7. Good day.
125.7. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree.
Tango 261 tree. Paracenter QNH 1026. Radar contact. Continue to Buner.
Buner.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree. Descend and maintain 9,000 feet. Keep speed not above tree 00 knots.
Descend and maintain 9,000 feet. Keep speed not above tree 00 knots. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree. Contact De Gaulle approach on 119.85. Good day.
119.85. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree. De Gaulle approach. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree is at 10,700 feet, descending 9,000 feet.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree. De Gaulle approach. QNH 1026. Radar contact. Continue to PG 501.
10,000 feet.
Okay, what are we cleared for? Not really anything, unfortunately. ATC really should have been vectoring us or something.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree. Contact Gall Tower on 120.655 when inbound.
Thank goodness.
Tower on 120.655. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree. De Gaulle Tower, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree, 21 miles northwest. Inbound ILS runway 09er right approach.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree, De Gaulle Tower. QNH 1026, cleared ILS runway 09er right approach.
Okay, cleared for the approach, so we should be able to
Cleared
descend
ILS
now.
runway 09er right approach. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree.
So let's descend quite rapidly. And at some point we're going to want to go direct to here. Gonna wait. Okay, we're starting to slow down. Now I need to start getting flaps out so we don't get too slow. Slow down time because I forgot to get my new data in. 1101. 1101. 1101. 1101. Okay, and the course is 83. localizer captured, glide slope. We're not there yet, that's fine. Why aren't we pointing the right way though? I feel like we're way past where we should be there. I wonder why it says localizer captured when we weren't. Wasn't it wide? It wasn't just armed. Back to real time. Okay, localizer's coming in here. Glide slope is captured. Okay, that's better. Turn off auto throttle. And let's get our 137 VREF in here and start slowing down. And go. Okay, we can go gear down. And 30 degrees flaps. Pretty nasty crosswind right now. Monitoring. It should die down as we get closer to the ground. Or I should say it usually dies down as you get closer to the ground. We might need to get ready to do a crosswind landing. And for crosswind, we want to aileron into the wind and rudder opposite. So the wind's coming from our left.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree, wind 358 at 7, cleared to land runway 09 right.
Cleared to land runway 09 right. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree.
Should have paid attention to that. What is that? Wind 358 at 7. So let's see if that agrees with this when we get down there. my plane. Where autopilot's getting us a little high here.
100 approaching minimums. 50, 40, 30, 20, light slow, 10.
Ah, terrible. Ah, I can't control the plane. It's too laggy. Okay, let's try now. It's a little better. Come on.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree. Acknowledge last transmission.
De Gaulle Airport Information Quebec 0000 Zulu. Wind 008 at 10. Visibility. Sky condition. Few clouds at 6,700 feet. Temperature 24. Dew point 5. QNH 1026.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree. Exit runway when able.
I hate how the default position has you unable to see anything. Really? Hi. Okay, I predict this is not going to go very well. In fact, I'm going to give this turnoff spot a miss.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree. Turn next taxiway. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree. Exit runway when able. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree. Contact ground on 121.78.
121.78. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree. De Gaulle ground. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree. Taxi to parking.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree. Taxi to gate Foxtrot 20 using taxiway Quebec 2 Quebec Quebec Bravo Tree Bravo Foxtrot Foxtrot November 2 Echo Tango Foxtrot 1.
Taxiing to gate Foxtrot 20 via taxiway Quebec 2 Quebec Quebec Bravo Tree Bravo Foxtrot Foxtrot November 2 Echo Tango Foxtrot 1. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 261 tree. Ladies and gents, we have not reached the gate yet. Please remain seated until the captain turns off the fasten seatbelt sign. Thank you. Ladies and gents, welcome to Charles de Gaulle. Local time is 8:43 p.m. and temperature is 75 degrees Fahrenheit. For your safety, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until we come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Please make sure to take all your belongings with you when you deplane. If you require assistance deplaning, please remain in your seat until all other passengers have left, and one of our crew members will be pleased to assist you. On behalf of Suncoast Air International, I'd like to thank you for joining us on this trip, and we're looking forward to seeing you on board again.
Whew. Took Way too long. 42 minutes. We lost hydraulics. Didn't get the flaps all the way up. Ah, man, that is so annoying. You missed an ATC transmission. Oh man, come on. Wasn't so buggy. Oh, we got so many more S tiers. Not good enough. $5,030,000. It's so far to $1 billion. Let's see. So one of my goals, and I'm not gonna do it now because I do want to get to $1 billion, but was to get like every plane in every company. So like I need a PC-12, I need a C-90, and a Grand Caravan. All of these suck. But that's a lot of millions when you think about all the companies, all the planes. I don't know if I care to get all the little planes. But it kind of would be fun to get the newer planes. Like, let's see what those would be in. Maybe flight seeing? I think that's the only company that's a beginner company, right? You got flight seeing, and then people skip to cargo because it's better. So we've got the C400s, the SR22 turbos. The JMBs. Guys, this was a makeup plane. That one, X-Cub. They don't have the new one in here, at least as a used one. Let's see if it shows up as a new, like the Piper. There it is. PA-28. So it really wasn't there, and can you filter on this? No, that would make too much sense. Huh. I wonder why there's no PA-28s used. it is available as a new plane. Like that's one I could go ahead and get now because it's not very much, I think, right? Yeah, 490. Do we want standard or fairings? Probably doesn't matter. I do like that they're now showing grayed out icons when you're buying a plane. Oh man, there's so few missions down there. These are all first flight, none of them are. Fairings. Now watch, we'll go to search for missions for that plane and there won't be any there. Come on, you piece of garbage. Oh my goodness. I didn't click on a mission. Oh, it's so garbage. There we go. So I guess you could do flight seeing or first flight out of that company. Whew, I think I might take a break. See if we can knock this one out real quick. Okay, we've got mixture, prop RPM. and throttle to worry about. Are there torpedoes on both sides or just the one? You have to get in on the passenger side.
Michael, initiate boarding.
Well noted.
I think this is the plane with a little bit of a bug on the mixture. Like you have to do it with your mouse or it doesn't work right. Okay, let's make sure we have some fuel going here.
All set for a nice aerial adventure, pilot? Today, you're flying with one of our friends, Amy, over our very own region. She's got her father with her. If the seatbelts are fastened, you're ready for takeoff. Let's do it.
Sierra 4 tree traffic. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 709er is taxiing to runway tree right. Sierra 4 tree traffic.
So I got carb heat working. Off, on. Off, on.
Nice to meet you, Captain. I'm Amy. Never had the chance to fly over Bothell before, and I'm thrilled, so I'm counting on you to show me lots of cool stuff around my place.
Nice to meet you. I'm Justin. I'm hanging out with Amy for this flight. Pretty exciting.
Really? Let's assume it's going to be about 14. I don't know. It would be nice if it told you that in the briefings. Let's see. Parking brake is there. I'm worried about that wall over there. Oh, you're kidding me. Get a little quieter. How's our windsock looking? Calm. I'd be happy to turn off here and take short takeoff. And someone was asking this earlier, so I'll just point it out in case anyone doesn't know. If you go to flight information here, you can see your ground speed. That way you don't taxi too fast. You can also bring it up on your GPS usually. A lot of the newer GPSs will have it up on there automatically. Like a G1000 or whatever usually already has it on there by default. Usually on the MFD up at the top it'll say GS and have something.
Sierra 4 tree traffic. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 709er. Taking off runway tree right. South departure, Sierra 4 tree traffic.
It's a bit scary, but still exciting. Mostly exciting. I could get used to this.
Now you don't want to get too fast in these. They usually want you to fly around about 85 knots. And one thing you could do if you need is get a little bit of flaps out just to kind of help you fly around at a slow speed. I'm gonna go ahead and bring the flaps up right now because looks like we gotta go a few miles here. So let's go a little faster.
It's so quiet. I feel like we're in a movie. I'm totally wow. I'm usually more articulate, but wow.
Articulate.
Your mom and I used to bring you here often. I'm not sure if you remember, but those were great times.
Good old times. You must feel like the queen of the world when you fly over our beautiful region at sunset. Definitely need to try that someday.
Alright, we're coming up on the area we want, so we need to
Dad,
slow down.
I'm sure we'll see places you know. It's gonna be awesome.
Sure.
And then I'll go ahead and get 2 notches of flaps out. And then
I see Mill Creek East. We've got a clear view of everything from here. I love it.
Everything down below looks so tiny.
once you get kind of trimmed out here, you can, uh-oh. So we need to lose some altitude here. And I'm using power to control my vertical speed really more. Okay, 96 is the speed. So as long as we're trimmed for something under 96, you can just bump up your speed if you're descending a little, or your throttle, I mean. And vice versa.
It's like seeing this place for the first time.
Going.
I'm going to get whiplash trying to look at everything. I want to remember every moment of this.
Flaps up.
Sierra 4 tree traffic. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 709er, 5 miles southwest, 1,400 feet, inbound to land, runway tree right. Sierra 4 tree traffic.
I have to remind myself to close my mouth.
we straight into a final here? Okay, so we're gonna full rich, full prop RPM, pull the power back to pretty low. We need to hold our altitude so that we slow down. And now we can get our flaps out. Alright, now we can start descending and adjust our power.
Too bad Mom didn't want to come with us. I'm so happy to live this with you.
This plane has way too much power at idle.
Back to the airport already, guys? So, Amy, you want to fly again?
Totally doing it again. Sign me up.
That was amazing. Thank you so much.
Okay, add a little power for your turn. A little rudder. Okay, flaps are full down.
Sierra 4 tree traffic. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 709er is on final. Runway tree right to land. Sierra 4 tree traffic.
We are fixed gear, so we don't need to worry about that. Okay, and flare just a little. Lag. Let it catch up.
Smooth as silk.
What? I'm just gonna skip. I find that rude.
Every time I see a local smile, I think we're doing something pretty great. Big up, pilot. You really made an impression on them.
Oops, didn't get the avionics up. Blip. Wanted to check on one more thing because I swear the new Cessna also said it was available for career. We might have to go employee mode and see. Let's just search 210. Yeah, there it is right there. Okay, it's available in those modes. It's too bad there's not something more that pays better in flight seeing. I really think all the companies should have something viable at every level. Except maybe the lower levels. Some companies might only be upper level. Makes more sense than the other way around. So I didn't see the 210 in here before, but I forgot to specifically look for it. There it is right there. Yeah, we want weather radar. Let's maybe go out here more on the coast. Oh, you know what we should do? We can go straight into an airport with a mission, I think. Oh, maybe not. Maybe this one will have that mission. Yes. I said I wasn't going to do the one, but so the Piper is free for everyone. Everyone should have that one. This one is an additional pay plane. And we always want to check our runways. 5,000 feet with an ILS? Oh my goodness. Okay. 108.7. And it's magnetic 245. And again, we don't want to fly this completely full of fuel. If I could start up a secondary career, I definitely would. Just to go through all of the beginning stuff again. Okay, door did close. Okay, mixture in and mouse it just in case. Alright, gear lever is down. We don't want our gear lever to be up when we start. Mag should be off.
Everything's ready, Michael. You can initiate boarding.
The mags were on because I have a mag switch, so I didn't get it off on the prior plane, so it was sitting there on. I have some idea of what I might do to fix that now. Alright, let's see if we can do this from memory. Fuel pump on, mixture, give the primer a pump. Or should we do 2?
Hope you're ready to work your magic up there, Cap. Captain, please welcome aboard Chris by his own. He lives around and has been dreaming of exploring the region for a while. Seatbelt fastened? Then you're all set. Captain, it's your show.
I did not get the beacon lights on. Okay, and we also need to get the avionics on, and we can get the fuel pumps off. Taxi landing lights can come on. Weather radar in standby. DME equipment on. Do we have any? I suspect the only DME we'll be using is our ILS in. Yeah, there's no VOR showing over here. Okay, let's get these on. Let them acquire a satellite. Set our altimeter.
Kilo Hotel Quebec, Mike traffic. Summit Delta Sierra Tango Tree 1 Tree is taxiing to runway 24. Kilo Hotel Quebec, Mike traffic.
This is my home region, you know. Sorry, I tend to talk a lot when I'm nervous or when I get emotional. I'm Chris, by the way.
Okay, looks like our flight plan loaded in. And we want 1087. So click this, dial 1087, activate. Click it again, click, oh, that was already down there, 1087. Swap it into active. Parking brakes down there. I'm going to leave that off for a minute. Maybe I'll turn that one on. This is a turbo. Can cruise at 27,000 feet, unlike most of the small planes. So if you're going to go real high, you would turn on your oxygen supply here. I think for this we are probably not.
Kilo Hotel Quebec, Mike traffic. Summit Delta Sierra Tango, tree 1 tree. Taking off runway 24. Departure to the east. Kilo Hotel Quebec, Mike traffic.
Okay, entering the runway. We want to get our strobe
going?
on. Hey! You behave. It also does have the prop heater and some air wing anti-ice. Right now we have the cowl flaps open. Okay, let's rotate.
It's stunning, isn't it?
Retract gears. This is a retractable gear plane.
A bird just flew past and I wanted to wave to him.
Kind of opening it up a little bit here.
The sky is so beautiful, and beautiful doesn't really do it justice.
Gonna lean it out a little. So we're almost up to 160 knots right now. My guess is we're gonna have to slow way down. So I'm gonna go ahead and start slowing down now. That just means you've dropped the
now that you're airborne,
throttle back
like
too far.
So far so great, right?
Michael, it's awesome. Can't believe I'm actually doing this. And it's great to fly with my pilot.
I'm happy for you. I'll let you to enjoy the moment.
Okay, get some flaps out so we can fly slow. Now that's complaining about gear. I guess I'll get flaps up so it doesn't complain. But kind of wish there was a way to disable that because I need to fly slow here. So it'll be interesting to see what we have
You
to
must
do to
feel
make
like the
that
king
work.
of the world when you fly over our beautiful region at sunset. Definitely need to try that someday.
You know what we could do? We could just get gear down. Let's go ahead and get the gear down. And put more flaps out.
Michael was right, I don't feel afraid or dizzy. Awesome. I see the town, look over there.
Oh, okay. So we can go 103. So that's good. Altitude of 1,000 feet. So we'll descend here just a little bit. I was afraid we were going to have to slow down to 92 again, but there's Aberdeen. Okay, get a little low. And some power.
No way. I can see my house. That's awesome. Stunning scenery. Everything looks better from up here.
That should just about be it. Alright, and now we want to get flaps up. Gear up. We're not going very far, so
Kilo Hotel Quebec, Mike traffic. Summit Delta Sierra Tango Tree 1 tree for miles east, 1,100 feet. Inbound to land, runway 24. Kilo Hotel Quebec, Mike traffic.
Back to the airport. Already, guys? So, Chris, you want to fly again?
So exhilarating.
okay, we got green on the gear right there. Lights are looking good, adding some power.
Traffic. Summit Delta Sierra Tango Tree 1 tree is on final. Runway 24 to land. Kilo Hotel Quebec, Mike traffic.
So I'm probably coming in fast. We should probably be closer to 85 here, I think. We're a little low too. Probably a lot low. I didn't really have time to utilize the ILS.
Smooth as silk.
Not sure where it moved hold short to. No thanks. What the? Okay, let's try this again. If it moves back down to the other end, we're just going to drive off the road.
Kilo Hotel Quebec, Mike traffic. Summit Delta Sierra Tango Tree 1 Tree is taxiing to parking. Kilo Hotel Quebec, Mike traffic.
Always cool to see your own region from a new perspective. Looks like he enjoyed it. That was a great flight seeing session. Cool.
Really? 84%? All right. I'm gonna head out now. Have a good one.